Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 13 of the What the Sheep podcast, where we will be discussing and breaking down and just generally giving our reactions to Critical Role Campaign 2, episode 101. Today, I am joined by my fabulous guests, Maya, Alana, and Phil, all amazing critters who do amazing things. But without further ado, let us dive right in. So I guess we can open up by talking about this island, Cusp. We finally got a little bit more information on this island as Viridian was sort of telling us about the various dangers and the mystical things and the stuff that happens here. Specifically, what were they? It was the Shaded Tangle, Heaven Falls, the Ruins, the Winding Cove, Core? I can't remember what it was called.
I think it was Core.
Yeah. But which because the party kind of talked about like which ones they want to see first. You know, the ruins sound pretty cool and all that stuff. But what do you guys think? Uh-oh, I gotta fix Alana's name. Okay, we're good.
What's wrong with it?
It was just lower on the thing. Production quality.
Yeah. No, it feels like there's so many cool things to check out on this island, and I'm worried it's going to be like, let's go speak to Vokodo. They've ruined the island and then they have to leave. I'm like, no, explore the island.
Yeah, right.
Like,
I want to see it.
I want to see it all. I saw a comment. One of my favorite comments was, when is the guide to this island coming out? Like, I buy a source book just on this island. Like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Just have one shot on this island.
They've already invigorated Travis's curiosity like they did in the Happy Fun Ball, where he's like, I just want to see all the fucking rooms. I want to go into every single room, like the clip you made about the Dreadnought. He's all the way through. He's like, right, we need to go to the ruins. Let's just go to the ruins. And because they've given them a number of points on the island, they're just going to go to every single one. They ran around the entire village, going into everybody's house and saying, what do you do? Who are you? What's going on? Right.
It's waypoints on the map. Yeah.
So I am apprehensive about the island. I'm fascinated by it. It's like he keeps describing, and it's like the different. Oh yeah, there's ecology in there and caves, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Who made it? Why is it there? What's the mine? Where did the mines go? Does it connect to the Underdark? Yeah. So many questions. But and then the waterfall that goes upstream. It's like,
What's up with that? I just loved that when in last episode they were like, this is the center of Exandria, and every single one of the cast went. And then now they're like giving more details, and they're like, oh God, maybe they're not just like cultists.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see if that pans out even a little bit.
Yeah. But I'm worried they're not going to have enough time, because Matt was like describing the distance and how long it would take to get to these different things. He's like, it's a couple days. So they're going to have to...
Yeah, but I mean, they can fly. They can fly.
True. That's true.
That's true.
But then that burns a spell slot, so if they come across,
anything
so
bad.
120 feet, an eagle can dash, and... Or is it...
Oh, no, God, it's true?
More. I think it's 160. Alana? Consult database.
Flying speed is...
Lynn? Does Lynn know the stat block of an eagle?
I'll look it up.
There you go.
Polymorph for an hour. Move at whatever that rate
Mm-hmm.
is. That's going to get you pretty far.
It's going to get you pretty far. I'm just
yes, it was
an
owl. It was an owl. It was not an eagle.
No.
It was a giant owl.
It was an owl. But I'm worried that they're going to, because Jester's going to want to start prepping, however much prepping that lovely chaotic girl will do for TravelerCon. So they got to find like a location. They got to figure out how to tell people where to go. I guess the Traveler. They got to do a lot of shit, but they also want to see the island. I wish there was enough time to do both, and I hope there is, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, listen. We all know TravelerCon is going to go by so smoothly. Nothing's going to go wrong. It's just a nice vacation. So,
like all conventions do.
Yeah, exactly.
Super smooth.
It'll be fine.
No hiccups.
So, they'll have time to travel around the island, obviously.
It's like a vacation.
Yeah. Literally nothing is going to go wrong. So...
I need you to knock on wood right now. Thank you.
Talking about different shows. This is the 99.
But I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, because we talked about them like traveling on the island. It is so great that now Jester's chaotic messaging extends to plant life now.
Yeah.
She's like, hey.
Yeah.
Did you guys, I don't know, move? And they're like, I guess.
Yeah.
the best
But
decision.
like, yeah, it just like kind of shows though how empathetic she is, like all the time, because she's talking to plants and she's just like, oh, that's not good. Like she's feeling for these
like,
plants.
"Oh,
That
Yeah.
like,
We'll help you. I love
yeah,
you."
Oh, it's too wholesome.
no, it's chaotic. And you
was-
see a Tal at one point was said, "I'm so glad I gave that to you."
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was such a Taliesin decision. Like Taliesin overrode Caduceus and was like, "Give
That's like-
poor Bailey the
Mhm.
goddamn
It's like the
necklace."
fun version of giving Grog Craven's Edge. Like,
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's the less dangerous version of that.
That
It's
was
pretty
Taliesin
dangerous.
as well,
so
though.
far.
That was.
Yeah.
That
Was it
totally
really?
was. That
Oh my
bastard.
God.
Yeah, he got Craven Edge from Vax, and then he gave it to Grog because it started talking to him, and he was like, "You know
Nope.
what? I know who would enjoy this."
Yeah.
Mhm.
So Taliesin is the real agent of chaos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
100%.
but that's-
He is
He
the-
hides
he is the
behind.
chaos.
He hides
Yeah.
behind his like ancient fucking shit, and we're like, "Yeah, we trust you." Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
didn't they
knows
discover
better
some
than us.
markings in a cave somewhere about Taliesin? So it's like some
Probably it's like
Yeah.
this is a chaos
Hieroglyphs
I don't
somewhere.
trust.
I'm sure
Mm.
Taliesin is his own SCP at this point. I would imagine.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mhm.
He's out there somewhere.
oh,
This
the
is just-
Molly,
this is just
the
his
Molly
vessel.
figure.
Oh,
I
the
was gonna get a
Molly
Molly
figure.
I
I
can't
don't think I
afford it.
can. I don't
I'm
think I
scared.
can.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
It's so
the
I
cards.
I know.
yeah, I love the cards. I love that they said you could take the swords out,
Mhm.
the coat, everything about it. I'm so hyped for other people to get it. I know I can't buy it, but like it's so cool and like
Oh,
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I got this week. I got one of these.
I got that too.
Oh,
It's
What is
cool,
that?
isn't it? I'm really amazed. It's the spell scroll.
Oh yeah.
I'm really impressed with it.
Yeah, that was
It's-
really cool.
It's much better made, and I have no idea what any of this stuff says.
someone translated it on the subreddit.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad
yeah.
because it's all
Because,
it's cursive. Is it written in
Yes.
cursive?
Elvish.
It's pretty much just the wording of Fortune Favors spell, but there's also some little Easter eggs in there.
Smells really nice.
Isn't it
Yeah,
It smells so
Actually,
nice,
That's
doesn't
so
it?
cool.
Faux leather and
Faux
faux
leather.
suede.
And it's got
Whatever the fuck
and this is such a me thing, but I love it's got these little
Yeah,
containers. in
yeah.
it.
I was amazed. I was like,
I was
oh
like,
wow,
"Ooh,
free
I love
shit.
little vials."
Cost 30 quid, and I'm going like, wow, it's got free plastic containers inside.
I know.
Hey, good. They're a good size, good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nicely done. It's. I'm impressed. Well done, Critical Role.
Yeah, it's fucking cool. And I've been meaning to get a new like dice related I know it doesn't hold all my dice, no way, but like it can hold some of it, which means
Yeah.
that my poor dice bag right now, which I can see staring at me in the corner, it's bursting at the seams. I can give it a little bit of respite.
Yeah, I can fit all of my dice and all of my minis in here,
Oh man.
and then
Oh yeah,
transport it
minis. Oh, that's so
absolutely nowhere.
I think I'm
I
gonna
don't
have to
many
buy
minis
this thing.
anymore because everything's digital, but I have some
Right,
stuff
right.
from the olden days.
Man, what else wasn't there more merch that got announced?
There
There was
a
the
plushie?
stickers, the Arsquave stickers, and the
Yes.
Frumpkin plushie.
Those are
But
cool.
was there anything else? I feel like there was something else, and I'm forgetting it. I might just be.
The Vex Funko Pop thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I went through a phase where I was obsessed with Funko Pops. I had like a wall of them,
They're pretty cool.
but that phase is gone. So we'll see if I can restrain myself.
That's alright. But anyways, sorry for
Maybe
derailing there. Merch is awesome. Merch is awesome.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs, crazy island, crazy mind memory altering mist.
Yeah.
People not remembering where they come from.
Losing items.
Losing
I love
items.
how,
And-
angry
and-
Laura was about having to leave an item. She's like, why? Any
So
item? Fine.
what was interesting, and I saw the chat blow up when this happened. So when they're on the topic of like the party was asking like probing questions to the leaders, like, you know, any political factions or anything like that, and they couldn't remember or recall anything. But Matt wasn't like specifically saying, oh, Lukash says this in regards to that or whatever. It's just like he was just generalizing their overall thoughts on not remembering what things were. But then someone said, I think it was Liam, who was like, who's on the Taldora Council? And then he pulled Viridian to say Taldore. I'm not sure. So I thought that was a very particular thing that he did.
Okay. Yeah.
Twas specific.
Yeah.
Leads more into everyone's theories that Viridian's Keyleth's mom.
Yeah.
Or Raishan even. Both of those theories I've seen.
What?
People have theories. People have theories that she's either Raishan or Keyleth's mom. I love both of those theories. I prefer the Keyleth's mom one just because I love Keyleth, but there are theories that she's Raishan. I don't know where those came from. I think it's just because they're like, we don't trust anybody. Probably Raishan.
Raishan's dead.
But I know, so I don't know. But there's also theories that the hag that Jester bamboozled is Raishan.
Nah, too soon.
Oh.
That will come
Yeah,
back
I don't know. I'm just along for the ride, baby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hadn't heard the Raishan conspiracy
Yeah, the
theory.
Raishan and the Keyleth mom
interesting.
was the only two that I heard.
I'm more into the Keyleth mom one. I think that'd be really sweet.
It's
If
'cause,
the
like,
Mighty Nine
the
reunited
leg.
Keyleth. It's like I tweeted it. It's like I thought, like, if we always assumed Keyleth would spend the rest of her life alone, which is really sad.
She
But
gets
quite,
her mom.
yeah, but if she gets her mum back as a result of the Mighty Nine, how epic would that be?
I feel like
The best link. I mean, to coin Marisha's phrase, I guess we'll fix that shit then when Percy's arm got ripped off. It's the ultimate donation that Matt could give to her, saying like, I can't give you your love, I can't bring Vax back, but I can bring your mum back. Here you go. It'd be a fantastic contribution, I believe.
So cool. I wonder if all of everyone's like theories about the mist and the island being what's taking the memories away, I wonder if leaving the island or Greater Restoration would get the memories back, or if they're just gone. Because if they're just gone, that would be so sad. Like
that would be
Because
sad.
they come back when you leave.
They'll probably come back. I hope.
Yeah.
It might take
If
time.
there's-
It's kind of insinuated that like it was the god taking the memories.
Taking
right? 'Cause
stuff.
Once it took
Yeah.
all your personal items, it took other things that were precious to you, so your memories.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I know because I think I don't know. We're all still on board with it being a Morkoth.
Yeah.
A what?
It completely makes
A
sense.
Markoth.
I haven't
Who?
seen another
Vokodo.
theory unless you know of one.
What's a
So that's
what?
our running theory. That I mean, I think it's the most popular
They're
theory.
fucking
at the moment,
horrible things.
that
Wait,
it's
a
a
what?
Morkoth.
That Vokodo is a
Morkoth.
Markoth.
I'll
What's
just
a
keep saying
Morkoth?
Morkoth. So it's an aberration, like in the same vein as like mind flayers and holders and all that.
Oh no
Um,
shit!
They're plane hopping entities that live on islands that are made up of multiple planes. They have people feel like they're being watched. Items go missing. It's pretty much like a Morkoth.
Holy shit!
But
I've never
when
heard of
a
that thing
Morkoth-
before.
When a Morkoth dies, the mist will disappear, and its hoard is kind of open to be like taken. Like the items can be retrieved. So I wonder if, the memories could be retrieved as well. Like if it
I have a question.
Yes.
There's going to be
What
some serious items.
book is the Morkoth in?
Bolo's guide?
Yeah. Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Volo, whatever it's called. He's a beholder, so I don't want to mess up his name.
Volo.
Volos.
You'd be able to figure his name wrong.
Jeff the Stray Dad actually brings up a good question. What do we think of the fancy clothes and jeweler's kit? I'm assuming those are just items from the person's previous life before they got onto this island.
Yeah, but the initials, was it BMBV?
BB.
Just BV.
Because Sam thought it was
Baby Vandarin.
The look on Sam's face when he went, wait, I'm going to text you. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
For a few
was
seconds,
so
chat just went,
I know, like when he did that, I was like trying to think like how many BVs have they come across? I was like, okay, Bryce. What's Bryce's last name?
Did we ever?
Right.
I don't think we ever. No, we did learn Bryce. No, it doesn't matter. Bryce isn't.
Lynn.
Beth
You there?
Beth Renato? Oh my god.
Yeah, I saw that Beth Renato like got me because someone made a thread. It was like, "What's your guess's BV?" And so it said Beth Renato. I'm like, "Oh my god! Wait, that's not her name."
Oh wait.
Feel it, Bryce.
Bryce Felid.
I.
Are you sure it wasn't Bryce Velid?
Ooh. The only BV, it freaked me out because I was looking it up last night. BV. This is a stretch and it's not true at all. But they came across that drow back in Johar's Bodo. You remember?
Oh yeah.
That ran the mining camp.
Yeah.
His secret lover's name was V. Ah.
Oh,
Hey,
and there were two
Taylor.
sets of clothes?
That was a long
Yeah.
time ago, wasn't it?
Exactly, plenty of time to get to the island after he'd been
Interesting.
disgraced and fired.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
it's Bodo and V.
That's
Maybe.
a lot.
Maybe.
That's a lot.
That's a stretch.
It is a
That's even
stretch.
I
me.
love it. No, I love it. I'm running with that theory. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh my
I've got
god.
no idea.
Yeah, I remember like same Nico when Sam like went I like immediately started racking my brain
Mhm.
and the first thing that popped into my head was what Sam had thought of, which was Vandrin. And I was like, "Oh my god, do we know Vandrin's first name? Wait, what if
Yeah.
is Vandrin his first name?" And then Travis was like, "That is his fucking first name."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
good
man.
point.
But for a
Nice.
second, it was utter panic.
I know.
But he did make that assumption. Nobody really knew if it was his first name or
Yeah,
not.
he was like,
Good
"That's the only
point.
name I've
Yeah.
heard." So maybe.
I still
I
think
still really like the theory.
But I
that
guess
Vandrin's on
Ford
the
only
island.
has one name. So maybe it's just a sailor thing. They only have one name.
Hmm.
maybe.
Because he's Captain
Vandrin.
Vandrin, so
Fabian.
Hmm.
yeah.
I always
Baptin Vandrin.
lost. Baptin.
Captain. It's like in Taz, Captain Bane. His first name's Captain, and he's a captain. You know what I'm talking
What
about?
about the? Do you think?
I know it's really stupid.
Was there not something about a link to the sea and saying that there was like a conduit from the sea that led under the mountain?
That was
on
Heaven's
the
Falls.
inside,
Heaven's
Yeah.
That
Falls.
was
Yeah.
Heaven's
right?
Falls.
Yeah.
It was
And that was
like a
forbidden to
back
go and look
door.
at.
Yeah, because they could look at it, they couldn't go in it because it was basically a back door into Vokodo's lair. So they were like, you can look at it, but don't enter.
Okay, so they know the way in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they have
Okay.
back door,
Hmm.
which is not good
Hmm.
information for them to have. They will do something stupid.
They always go in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking through my notes, we can talk a little bit about Yasha's shining moment this episode.
Oh, I was so happy.
It was so good. It was so good.
And then Matt said something
Remind
like,
me, what was
I
that?
can't believe it was when she played the harp for everybody and she like did a wonderful job.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
Matt ended that
The
whole
beginning.
narration with something along the lines of like, you can't believe you just did that. And I was like, oh my god, my god.
Oh my god.
It was
So
so
good.
sweet. She's
Very sweet.
healing a little bit.
I was like on Twitter checking to see if Keegan or CEO of Yasha Nation was okay after watching
Yeah,
that.
oh my god. I would be
Like, oh my god.
I almost died, so I can't imagine how they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was so wholesome because I feel like Ashley knows, or maybe she doesn't, but maybe she can assume that Yasha's wings are feathered now instead of their regular skeletal ones. So I'm just like waiting. I'm waiting for her to like unleash them, and then we get to see like
Yeah.
her full angelic wings. Ah,
Mm.
it's gonna be so good. Oh, and I loved Caleb doing the silent lightning around her. That was so cute.
Excuse me.
And Jester giving her a little boost without
Yeah.
telling her.
Yeah. Also,
Just because she wanted her
And I
to
like
be,
that.
like just because she wanted her to succeed.
yeah.
It's not normally that good, and just like, no, you're just that talented. It's like, oh, that's really
They're like,
sweet.
no, you're always that good. And she's like, and it was so cute. Supportive friends.
Yeah.
It was very good. Oh.
Can I check
just
that
like-
Not did steal the pocket watch, didn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did.
Mhm.
She stuck it in her pocket. They put the box back. I think they just assumed
Mm.
the pocket watch was in the box.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just put it back. Fucking the best.
But no.
I enjoyed all the kind of rolls around camp as well. Like it felt like we got a little bit of a relax kind of moment where people got to spread
Yeah.
out a bit. We haven't had that in a while. They've been so like grouped together
Yeah.
for so long. So it was nice for them to kind of spread out a bit. And yeah, just like forward, like cutting up, and then when the dinosaur gets brought in, it's like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really cool.
So
I liked
funny.
Cad and the cook having chats. It was nice. And then Bo and the kids. Like,
Oh my,
I love
that was my
Classic.
Bo
favorite.
anytime a kid is
Classic.
involved, it's just like perfect.
That was my favorite because I love. Matt does such a good job. That's how kids are. It was so
Yeah.
funny, and then Bo is she's this like enigma because somehow she's both really good with kids and really shit with kids at the same time, and it's so fucking funny for me. I'm just like, no, don't give him the rocket. Oh, no, don't give. So.
I feel like she would be a perfect big sister. Like,
yes,
like,
but she wouldn't be a good.
That any kids or your parents, but anyone else, yes.
She'd be a bad babysitter, a good sister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But the whole dinosaur thing, that sort of lends to maybe this island is there's something up with time on this island, since I believe Bo was able to remember that these things should be extinct. They haven't been around since pre-calamity. So I'm wondering if like aspects of this island or maybe the whole island are just like locked in a certain time period, which is why we have so many different things like the ruins, the cold color drained area. All these different things are it's like fractured.
The way I saw it. Oh, sorry, you go, Phil.
No, you first. Go.
The way I saw it was because of part of the Morgoth kind of deal, they can travel through planes with their island. They can collect sections. So I saw it as like sections of different planes or different locations.
Oh, interesting.
So the kind of like the really shadowed part I thought was Shadowfell, but I'm not sure about those pools and everything. There's like talks of like the elemental plane of water, the winding core. I can't remember the description for it, but anything winding and core makes me think of like Mechanus or like anything like that. But Matt did mention how in Bo's history check on the dinosaurs that they think there's still some in the Shattered Teeth, which are like south of Wildmount. So it could be just that like that's a little chunk that's been added to the island as well. I loved when he was describing the ruins as well, saying they're like unlike any kind of thing. I'm thinking, oh, that sounds so
they got like scooped up, placed down.
Yeah, I'm so on board to go check out those ruins. But yeah, my understanding was that it was kind of like they're taking little pockets from different places. So not so much that the dinosaurs were always here, but they'd been taken from the place where they once were.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, so the island is a hodgepodge makeup of all of these places, of all of the planes of existence. Which would suggest...
not even all, but like multiple different types.
A good amount.
yeah. But that could lead less enlightened folk other than ourselves to conclude that it is the center of Exandria because it has all of the unique things that make up Exandria. And therefore, would it not also be of special importance to anybody in the Druid community, including Keyleth's mum?
Right, like how the Ashari protect like thin points between the elemental planes.
Maybe the Force brought her here and decided to keep her here.
Or she got picked up when it picked up a section of the plane of water.
That's a really good
epic island. This is a really
I was
good place
trying to figure out.
I was trying to
figure out how she could have, if it is Keyleth's mom, I was trying to figure out how she could have gotten there from the water elemental plane, because that was where she last was. She didn't pop back out that we know of. But that makes so much sense because I didn't know anything about the Morgoth, and I just thought that it was weird. So I just assumed that the whole dinosaurs thing was like that theory in great reference I'm making here, but in like the third Ice Age movie, where when they go underneath the ice and there's just like dinosaurs there, it's just because they just didn't get messed with. I just thought it was something like that. Like it was just an island that didn't get touched for like so long, like maybe throughout the Calamity, maybe throughout like other wars, that the dinosaurs just didn't die. But the planes thing makes a lot more sense than my Ice Age theory.
Jeff the Stray Dad, like that name, great name. It was kind of... Morgoths, you say they jump through different planes of existence with their island?
Yeah, they have the ability, because they're like a big hermit crab. They have the ability to kind of like move through planes.
And is it an action to do this, or a bonus action if they happen to get too far? Or is it just going to go?
No, it's not like they need to plan out in advance. They get the map out.
Okay.
Like, no. It's like...
That's so funny. Can you imagine they just poof and they're in like the fucking plane of, what's the screaming one that they had to go to for Grogs?
Pandemonium.
Oh they're just in Pandemonium. They're like, oh.
It would be good if they meet Bob again.
Yeah.
My presents.
Well, that's it. Yeah, get a good Yankee on your side. But I was trying to find which edition it was. I think it was second edition. When Morgoth's not when they were introduced, but in the second edition of D&D, Morkoths used to make deals with Krakens. Like, they used to be able to be like trade partners. They would trade things with each other, often people and slaves, things like that. Yeah. But I was
the Keyleth mom theory is just racking up points right now.
Yeah.
I'm so please, dear God, let it be Keyleth's mom. Because here's the thing too, and I know we've been talking about this a lot, but when Matt describes Viridian, he like makes a point to say that her skin has been like sun tanned and sunburned, and her hair has been like sun bleached. So like it's almost like he's, and maybe this is wishful thinking, but it's almost like he's like extra laying down that maybe she didn't always look like this. Maybe it's the 3 decades on this spent in like a tropical island that's like kind of changed the way she looks a little bit. I don't know. I just really wanted to be Keyleth's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
My only concern is Matt made it clear that he doesn't want to like connect the 2 campaigns. So while it could be her, I'm wondering to what extent he'll reveal that, or
right.
You
Maybe
know.
it's just like an Easter egg.
And then he put Allura in it, though.
That's
True.
That's
true.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
And he's gonna say that, isn't he?
He has to, or else people are gonna be like, every episode, people are gonna be like, "Is this the episode where we get to see Grog?" So
There's
you know.
the Comic-Con clip where Laura says to him, "It's like, so does that mean if we live long enough, we could get to meet to ourselves?" And he just shrugs.
Yeah.
So
I
and she's
love
screaming,
that.
going, "Ah, really want to know." It's gonna happen somehow. And introducing Keyleth's mom isn't entirely a link to the other campaign,
Right.
because
That's
Keyleth's
true.
mom was never in the last campaign. So
Yeah, and we don't. The Mighty Nine, maybe they'll never like figure it out, or maybe if they do, she'll just like leave on her own. They don't have to like. They might not meet Keyleth because
I don't
of her.
see them being
Right.
like, "Oh, you've got your memories back. Let's take you to your daughter." Like,
Right.
They'd be like, "All right, on your way," sort of thing.
Yeah, like the cast might want to, but they
100%.
wouldn't metagame that hard.
Right.
They would.
Yeah.
They would let they would do what they had to do. I just wanted to be Keyleth's mom so bad.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then I want to know, like, I want to see the reunion, like, with
Yeah.
Keyleth and her mom. Like,
Maybe I saw someone say this actually. I just remembered. I saw someone, I think it was on Twitter or Tumblr, say that maybe, and this is a big jump, but maybe this is the setup to the Mighty Nine Vox Machina crossover.
Oh, that'd be
in our
interesting.
chat, yeah,
I don't know.
that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Huh.
I'm excited for that.
That's right, because they still have to do that one shot where the battle royale.
yeah.
The fight for Keyleth's mom.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
I'm on board for that. I'm still hoping that Vandarin is on the island.
Me too.
I feel.
I still feel like that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense.
It's weird that, like, though, they haven't found him yet.
Right.
That's true.
Because there's only, I think Matt said there's only like about 100 or so people on the island, or like roughly about that number.
They weren't sure though, because he was
Well,
like,
it wasn't a super clear number, I guess. Yeah.
but they weren't sure about anything. It was quite. It's like having a conversation with him.
That was the best.
Like a,
Every
like a
time they ask
4-year-old.
the question, it's just
Like,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
why do we
sure.
ask
They're like-
that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's great how he
favorite-
described it as like the slightly ashamed and like, oh,
Yeah,
we
they're
don't
like-
really know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it doesn't
They
really
never
matter.
thought of those questions. They never
Mm.
thought to like question. Those
yeah,
sorts of
they just
things.
they're just fine with it. My favorite one was when
Yeah.
Jester was like, "How long did it take you? Do you remember when you started forgetting?" And they were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"It was
Yep.
so good." She was in rare form this episode. She was asking just the most wild shit. It was so fun.
Yeah.
She was just throwing stuff at the wall, and all the villagers were like, "Holy Jesus Christ!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense that she would want to sort of take a more prominent role, since this place is her place. You know, this is where
She's running this
Traveler
convention.
happens. Yeah. So it's interesting to see her take that more, not necessarily leadership role, but really
center.
trying to figure things out. But then obviously, Artagan more or less confirmed that Vokodo isn't a god because of that commune thing. So obviously, again, that just lends to the Morkoth thing. But
Yeah.
You know.
So the Morkoth travelled through the water plane and brought Keyleth's mom here. Do you see what Lobstool just posted?
Yeah. Yeah.
People from lost civilizations and creatures from bygone ages might be found within a Morkoth's dominion. Yeah, it does. And that opens a door for a whole raft of possibilities. Matt can literally go, monster manual.
Yeah,
one of them,
literally.
please, and 5 of them.
Put some modrons in there, like...
He's not limited by the terrain. It's like, okay, we're in a jungle, so we need this. And wow.
I'm going to read the entire Morkoth entry in the monster manual as soon as we're done with this stream.
Yeah.
I did last week because these guys enlightened me and I was like, a what?
Kind of like the island from Lost, like in just how kind of fucked up it is.
Yeah.
If they find a hatch, then I'm just going to scream.
Smoke monster.
I remember when I was a kid, I was reading, there was like this X-Men comic that I just found in like a doctor's office or something, where they like went to an island looking for a mutant, and then it turned out the island was the mutant.
Is that the one where they lost their powers on the island?
I don't remember, because I was so young. I was like 10, but it gives me those vibes where it's like, it's like this island, some's fucking going out with this island, and then the island's alive.
There's something about it, and I don't think Matt's linked to it. It may be my just brain linking it together. It reminds me of the Titan that Vecna raised to carry Theron Farlock to... the big walking... There's something about the way he describes the build-up of the mountain. I may be completely wrong, but...
Well, it's hodgepodge. It's kind of like just...
Yeah.
It just grabs a bunch of chunks from different planes and stacked it on its back.
Yeah.
I kind of imagine it like, I don't know if any of you have played World of Warcraft, where there's a place called Outlands, which is sort of just this collection of just various terrain, like zones and stuff. So it just kind of reminds me of that.
Cool.
But it's like, the weird thing is, it's on maps. Like, people know about this island.
So it's been here for a while.
Yeah, and they said like they'd been visited by pirates, but it's weird that like the Clovis Concord doesn't interact.
It's remote and it's volcanic, so...
Yeah, but it's like a big island. Like,
maybe it's like... Maybe it's like...
Maybe they're trying to just get stuck there.
What if Rumble Cusp is like the room of requirement from Harry Potter? Where it's like it only appears when someone needs to go there.
You can't find it any other time.
Yeah.
Because it's just hopping off in other planes.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, it's just gone.
That's so strange.
Because I'm not sure it's the island that travels. I think it might be the Morkoth. And they bring things back to their island. Yeah. In my head, I'm picturing a floating island.
Because then that would make more sense if that's the case. Because then the island could stay even if the Morkoth wasn't there. So maybe like Rumble Cusp was an island before the Morkoth like hopped in the volcano. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know shit.
Maybe.
Matt?
We can just chalk up all the weird shit on this island to Morkoth business.
Yeah, we're gonna
pretty much
after we finish and get Matt on talks just to explain the whole thing. Like,
I know.
Just tell us what's fucking going on, please.
Yeah.
I'm so desperate to know.
Can we not do like Josh Gad does on Reunited Apart and just go like, okay, and we've got a special guest joining us, Matt Mercer. Would you like to enlighten us?
Sure, we can do that.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey,
Easy, right?
We just gotta
Super
spread the word.
Off.
I'll message who's their like coordinator? Is it Brittany who does a lot of their stuff?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Totally. I've got a question.
Yeah.
What do you guys think Caleb was doing with the wand?
Oh yeah.
I
I've got
don't
some ideas,
know.
but I want to hear what you guys think.
I'm trying to remember. Do any of you guys remember what that wand is?
I think
because I don't remember.
He got it off Kellyanna, didn't he?
It's not like it was from Kellyanna. It's not like a wand of smiles. It's or anything like that. It's just a wand.
Well, if he hasn't said if it's anything, like.
Right. Oh, just an arcane.
Lynn says it's an arcane focus.
Yeah.
That makes the most sense.
I'm wondering if he's maybe like trying to Matt said, I don't know if he's trying to like enchant it or like, because he said he had his spell book out and he was working on the wand, he was tapping it on his head, things like that. I kind of like the idea that maybe he's trying to put a spell into it. Be fun. I don't know.
If they hadn't just leveled up, I might have said that it's him doing like what he did with the transmutation stones, like trying to narratively work in something he's gonna get when he levels up. But they just leveled up, so or maybe something he just got when I don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I think people were suggesting maybe he got the fabricate spell because he was saying that he could make the sign for Jester.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think that requires a wand.
Yeah, no, that theory makes sense. Trying to put a spell into the wand, I think that's pretty accurate. Because I don't think we've ever seen him. Because I mean, he's obviously designed his own spells before. So my initial thought was that he was just now narratively saying that, oh, I'm sitting down to design a new spell. But he's never pulled out that wand before, so it would make sense that he's trying to enchant it with a spell.
Yeah.
I like Lynn's theory that he's using it with a magic jar somehow to save his memories.
Ooh.
Oh.
It's got that really like Harry Potter kind of imagery of pulling out the stuff, the memories, putting in the pensieve, like.
Interesting.
Because that would make sense both in terms of like his backstory and like how fucked up his like brain got.
Wow, and because he can always remember and recall things. Sorry, go on.
No, yeah, you're right. And then on top of that, the fact that they're on an island that potentially takes memories. So maybe he's like, I'm just gonna start backing up the hard drive. In hopes, just in case.
Yeah, and that's something he would silently do as well. Like that, a total.
Although he did say, and I know maybe this was like Liam goofing, or maybe it was just like for effect, but he did say like Beth was like, what if you forget stuff? And Caleb was like, I don't forget anything ever. And Beth was like, no, I know, but what if you like do? And he's like, no, I don't. So if that was, I can't tell if that was a goof or not. Because if it wasn't a goof, then maybe he like doesn't believe that he can lose his memories. But I feel like he's too smart to think that he's like immune to that stuff.
It'll be interesting to see if he fails his investigation check and loses one of his items, and then has to go through why is it over there?
I could see Liam losing like a legitimate, not that others weren't legitimate, but they're like, oh yeah, I lose like my bedroll or my tinderbox. I could see Liam doing like, I lose my spell books or something.
Yeah. Like for the drama. Can you imagine? And I know they get to choose, so it would probably have to like really come down to it. But can you imagine if he lost the thing that keeps him from being scryed on?
Oh, the amber.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
He was asking, like, he asked, does Caleb have that feeling of being watched? And he was asking,
right, because he's immune.
Because checking to see if the necklace had anything to do with it.
I guess it's not scrying; it's because the island has. But.
Interesting.
That is very interesting. I fully did not, like, because I didn't know about the Morkoth? I keep forgetting the name. I have it open right here. Because I didn't know anything about the Morkoth or what you guys were talking about. I was just like, I wonder what's going on. Maybe it's pixies. Like, I just thought,
like, little fairies
out in the night and like dragging their shit away.
Just very whimsical, very fairy tale-esque.
You know.
No, it's a fucking space alien. Coming in, messing shit up.
Planet here to eat your memories and also your treasure.
Yeah.
A little. Imagine the treasure.
A little less for the kids, but that's all right. Not something I'll read as a bedtime story.
That's great.
It'll do the opposite of putting them to sleep. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They'll start collecting all their shit.
Have they taken a long rest on the island yet?
Yes, they did.
Yes, that was when they rolled for investigation. Right? That's when they rolled for investigation?
They rolled twice. They took a short rest and they all succeeded. And they all freaked out because they all succeeded. And Matt's like, all right, moving on. And they're like, what? What do we see? I was on the chat as well. I was in the Discord group and people were going, but they got so high. What are they missing? Like, thinking there was something in the room that they couldn't find. And it's just like, and Matt's just like, all right, moving on. I'm like,
it was funny because I assumed that it would have been he would have called it a saving throw.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it's not something happening to them so much as it's something that's like them noticing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an investigation. It's to notice the progression of something happening. So if they are gradually going to lose their memories, and Caleb has backed up his memories, does not make a one-man. It does not make like the Caleb show, the Caleb and the 5 monkeys in the forest show.
Caleb and the.
Yeah, I think it might take a while for them to like lose their memories. Because there's nothing like on the Morkoth stat block or anything that suggests like the actual memory loss. I think it's probably just time on the island.
Probably
but you know, Matt could have changed this creature. Like,
that's true. Homebrew.
Yeah.
But memory loss, you can only, through the dynamic of the game, you can only enforce it through roleplay. You can't say you're at negative for whatever on your intelligence, wisdom, or anything else. There isn't anything that's going to inhibit you. You're still going to be able to cast spells. You're just not going to remember where you came from or what you
or how you know to do that.
Yeah, which I don't think would be like a huge issue for them.
Yeah, I feel like whatchamacallit, I and this is kind of already like not confirmed, but like kind of confirmed that I don't think they'll start losing their memories for a while, because I think they got to run out of everything else they got first, because they kind of get to choose what they're giving up. I feel like they'll be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And if like at the first sign of things going wrong, that's when they'll be like, all right, we gotta go take out this Vokodo dude, or we gotta do something about this. But right now it's all just like hypothetical, and like, oh, this could happen, this might happen. But until something actually happens, I think they'll just go with the flow. Yeah. But that's interesting. Dartone III says, anyone else want a demigod fight? It'll be interesting to see that if this whole Vokodo situation is still happening when the Traveler comes in, and if we do see like a battle, like Artagan joins in the fight against Vokodo, that'd be pretty cool.
I don't think he will.
I feel like he wouldn't, but that would be cool as hell. It would be really cool. I don't think he will.
He'd be sat there eating popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be like, woo, go team!
Yeah.
I love the one of our kind of things was brought up as well with the idea of the Traveler just leaving all his followers on the island.
Yeah.
Like, he's your new god, and then like moving up, and Jesse's like, well, he said he doesn't want that many followers, and Matt's just like,
Yeah.
Not wrong.
And then I think, didn't then Jester bring that up to the Traveler, and the Traveler was like,
yeah.
oh really?
Fair point.
Not a bad idea.
I wonder, Phil, you started saying this earlier, but why would the Traveler take Jester to such a dangerous place? Like, why would he choose like, it's either he didn't know there was something weird going on there, which I doubt, or maybe he did it because he thought it'd be funny.
It wasn't his choice though, was it?
It wasn't?
He said to Jester, like, pick a place. She's like, oh,
Did they
what
really...
about a volcano? And then they learned about the two volcanoes. They learned about Krapvarad, and then they learn about Rumblecusp, and they're like, oh well, we don't want to go where there's all this snow because that's when they were doing like Ford's Paladin stuff, and they were at the volcano, and they're like, oh, this isn't very hospitable. Let's go to a tropical volcano.
I think.
Oh shit!
I think the Traveler actually opened with Rumblecusp.
Oh, did he?
Okay, I think so.
I'll have to check that.
Okay. Maybe he just thought of it. Maybe he was like, "Ha, fun prank."
Okay.
Yeah.
But was that? I'm wondering, was that after someone suggested the volcano, or was he straight up with Rumblecusp?
I think Jester suggested the volcano.
Yeah.
I think she suggested the volcano idea, and he was like, Rumblecusp is a volcano that I know of.
Yeah. Because it definitely hasn't always been a volcano for TravelerCon, because I remember picturing it like early on, and I was thinking like in a field or something like that. So
there wasn't any details to begin with, and then Jester like talked to him one day, and she was like, a volcano, and he was like, oh, I was planning on doing it like in like a field, and she was like, oh, and he was like, no, but I like the volcano idea, and then they ran with that.
Yeah. Okay, so he knew about Rumblecusp, or knew of Rumblecusp at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the Traveler has betrayed Jester by sending her to this place and putting her in mortal danger, and she eventually works that out, and she goes and resolves the Traveler and banishes him or kills him or whatever, where does Jester's power come from then? Does she become like a self-powered cleric in that her power comes
she
from
becomes
She's
the
her
Traveler.
own god.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's her own god.
Because her belief made him into a god. If she takes that away and exercises him, kind of, sends him back to the Feywild,
she can just start believing in herself, and then she can ascend to godhood, and she can self-cleric. I think that's
end of level.
That's what I've been preaching
like level
forever.
20. She ascends to godhood. She's the new god of chaos and trickery, and we all live happily ever after.
Yes.
And she has a secret chapel somewhere inside every church of Bahamut.
Every
That basically, and at night they
there's
come out and they paint everything in rainbow colors and then sneak away.
That is literally the hill I'm going to die on.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Church of Trickery.
Please. Someone call Laura, who's got her phone number.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me just ring her
I've
real
got
quick.
You have it, right? Like on hand?
I don't. No, I don't. I wish I could. No, I wouldn't be able to ring her anyways.
Laura.
Oh boy. God damn. Okay, wait. What else is there to talk about?
So much there wasn't like this was like a very slow episode, more or less.
It was nice.
There was a lot of it was nice. It was a lot of world building in this one, or island building.
Yeah. I said, I'm not sure if it was in our chat, but I said like there was a lot of fucking around, but not in a bad way. Like
yeah,
a lot of like
it was productive fucking around.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lots of lore, Yellen.
Yeah, I love lore, so I was like,
love
ooh, juicy.
lore.
This is a good episode.
What I don't know if it's like a homebrew thing or not, but it could be from like anywhere. But what was the things in the pool that were dragging Cat in? I've been trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know, but
puddle with teeth.
I'm gonna stay away from puddles now. So
yeah,
the black goo. I thought it might be a black pudding.
Jeff the Stray Dad, the undead thing they're fighting is a Bodak. Yeah, Lobster.
Yeah.
Which I love. I almost put a Bodak in one of my games before, just because I wanted to. My players were like, "Please don't scare us," and I was like,
"Okay, here's a Bodak."
And they didn't get to it, but I love Bodaks.
Oh.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I mentioned it a little bit before stream, but like Matt is so good at like painting pictures in your head of when he sets the scene and stuff, and just him describing the Bodak, the sunken eyes, the long jaw, the spindly arms, no nose. I was like literally cowering in my chair, like trying to hide. Because it was just
and
spooky.
there's Bo throwing ball bearings at
Yeah.
I throw ball bearings. Like, what are you doing?
And telling everyone to cry at it. Like, imagine. Okay, let's just think for a second that the Bodak was just like maybe like a kid or something. Nothing malicious. Imagine it from that creature's perspective. These strange people surrounding it, just crying and walking towards it.
And throwing bacon. Like, I understood her intention was, like, it's like a druid or something crying. So, like, I understood it. Not the avenue I would have taken, but I think I got where her brain was at. I wouldn't have cried at it or thrown ball bearings. Actually, I might have. Anyway.
I wouldn't have turned my back to it.
I wouldn't have turned my back to it. And I wouldn't have gone alone. I like that. No. As soon as she was like, I'm going to go. And they were like, by yourself? I was like, yeah. It's like, fuck.
I obviously it's not good to do that, but I actually like those character moments because then it's on them to carry out that scenario, and whatever happens, you're the one who got yourself into this. So I actually kind of like situations like that where it's a one person thing.
Really? Yeah, they're cool, and I do enjoy that. But on top of it, I'm glad that she got to have that weird little strange moment by herself, but also she got her friends over before the battle started, because they're kind of fucking bad. They're kind of a lot. There's a lot of shit they can do.
Like if she was by herself and she failed the death gaze saving throw by 5 or more. Bye, Bo.
Bye. God damn it.
Guys, where'd Bo go?
God damn
yeah,
it.
I'm just reading about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
It's a lot.
Yeah, thank you, FMA. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Wait a minute, this is a gaze of Orcus?
Yes, here's my crazy theory.
Go on.
Here's my crazy theory.
I want to hear the crazy theory.
It's not gonna happen. It's stupid, but
I want to hear it.
We don't know. Go for it.
I'm doing the aliens guy a lot tonight, like alien. But Orcus. We've still got a missing second horn of Orcus out in the world.
Yeah.
True.
What if Makoto has it?
Oh my god.
Oh. Maybe. Wait, where's the other one? Who has the other one?
In Vasselheim.
Yeah. Okay.
They wrapped it up and shoved it in a safe.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Interesting.
It doesn't really, but
It kind of does though. It's like
No, it does. Yeah.
if it's
The only
even
thing-
picking up shit from all over the place.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say is that I feel like Matt, and this is just my take on it, but I feel like Matt wouldn't want to have such a similar like
Yeah.
thing happen in both campaigns. But also, that's just the world, you know? Like maybe it is there. Maybe they see it. Maybe they don't. Maybe it just stays in the goddamn basement.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That
Yeah,
would be-
good point.
But then how would this Markoth have gotten it? Just
Collecting.
Somebody just had it in their pocket.
yeah.
Keyleth's mum.
Yoink.
Keyless
There's
mom.
Yeah.
There's actually
She had
like
it in a
section
pocket
of
and-
this.
When he took it off her, he accidentally took a leg as well.
Yeah. Oh my
The
god.
no, they found the leg. The Ashari
leg.
hunter leg.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
They buried the leg.
Yeah, that made me so sad.
I mean, it's better than
Or-
an empty grave, I guess.
Oh, it's got to be Keyleth's mum.
It's gotta be Keyleth's mom.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's-
talking about Keyleth's mom, but it's gotta be.
Let's bring
I mean, we
it back.
we
It's got to be her.
We said this about Artigan, and we were like, the Traveller is Artigan. He's got to be Artigan. And for like weeks and weeks and weeks, we're like, we're sure it is. And he gradually, it was like fishing. It was painful, but we got the
God,
fucking
it's
fish
gotta
in the
be-
end.
Because someone else even said that Keyleth's mom's name, I can't remember her name, but it
Vilya
started with
or
the
something.
Vilya, which doesn't starts with the same letters as Viridian, kind of.
Yeah.
So if she like kind of forgot her name, and then she was like,
Hang on,
it's
what were the
written
initials
here,
again?
BV.
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 I was already looking up B stuff.
Oh.
You're right. You're right. I was looking up B stuff related to Vilya and Keyleth, and I couldn't find anything.
Dang.
What's her dad's name?
Coron.
Shit.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
desperately straining for another thread, aren't we? With something.
I know.
Yes, it's definitely Keyleth. We have evidence. We shall go to the judge.
I
It
know.
could also just be the person that was like with the jeweler's kit, like someone that
Yeah, I just went.
was saving their prized
Yeah,
possession.
it literally could
Yeah.
be nothing. Like,
It's
it was just a nice
interesting
little
because
thing.
I wonder if to go back to the pocket watch and
Exactly.
the clothes. Do you guys think that it's something that someone on the island, like proof that someone on the island is still like holding out and hiding this stuff away, or do you think they hid it away before and then forgot about it?
Yeah,
now
the second
they-
one.
I think the second one,
The
yeah.
The fact that the lock
It's
was
the second
busted and rusted, it's not being maintained, it's
Yeah.
not being used.
Okay.
It's somebody put it there, thought I'll keep this safe, and then they just forgot about it.
And they just forgot about it. That's interesting though, because
Didn't make its way to the lair then, which is
yeah,
Yeah,
but like stuff was
nobody's seen it.
stuff was disappearing from the Mighty Nine. Why couldn't it disappear from the box?
Yeah, because it's not super clear in the Morkoth page, because it just says things that aren't recovered after a certain time end up in the Morkoth's hoard or in its lair,
Right.
but it doesn't say how. Like, does it sink through the ground? Does it just magically?
Right.
Yeah, like
Like-
Lynn says, maybe it has to be on you. This Mordoc's ability to sense you, it's obviously some kind of omnipotent viewing thing. So does it know how many bits of gold I've got in my pocket and what
Right.
magic items I have
Which-
on me? Does it know everything?
That
Like
leads into
both
the bonus
concern.
conversation about like, if it sees my braces, but like I've
Yeah.
got something, I give it something shitty. Is it going to be like, hey, I want that? That was good.
Yeah.
But this is also an interesting point because is it just seeing them or can it hear them too? Because they've been talking about, hey, this thing's kind of messed up.
Calling it avocado.
Yeah.
It'll
It's
be
gotta
able
be
to hear
fast
them.
to hear
Can't-
them.
you can't
Yeah.
be starting a new name if it knows what the new name is. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
gonna look holy.
Yeah.
Because the party hasn't said very nice things about Vokodo.
Nope.
So
Jester's been very mean.
yeah. So I'm worried what
Very
I'm worried how Vokodo is going to receive them once they get to the offering area or whatever it is.
It's going to be a mammoth fight. But it's
They
gonna
should, and again, like they don't have a lot of time, but I would love if they could check in with the crew on the Ball Eater, because if they're still on the ocean, I wonder if they're experiencing the same effects.
Yeah.
Like, are they out of range because they're not on the land? Are they in the bay close enough?
They lose the ship.
Yeah, they come back.
I'm really worried about them.
Darius is like, take
I
the
don't know where it
ship.
is.
I am really
love
worried
that.
about the Ball Eater.
I love that conversation where they're like, contact the crew because I'm worried the villagers are going to burn down the ship. Maybe that's why people can't leave, because they burn the ship down. Like, that would be hilarious.
That would be so funny. Because also, if the ship does get fucked, and then they gotta leave like some other way, like on some shitty raft or something, the dragon turtle's gonna eat them like a fucking pill. They're just gonna go. It's gonna be. They're gone. That's it.
Caleb will just draw a circle and they'll be just teleport.
Oh right, I forgot.
Yeah.
You can teleport.
Yeah.
You'd have to do it a few times, but you could do it. What? I just had a thought, like, because I was thinking about, like, with TravelerCon, with, like, people turning up on the island, what if no one comes to TravelerCon?
That'd be sad.
It's just
thinking
them.
about that.
Yeah,
I was thinking about
like,
that because
we've kind of had that assumption that, yeah, there's going to be people coming, but they've only met
so...
one other person.
Yeah.
And he didn't seem, like, capable of getting there.
Maybe it's just deployed
no
just to get rid of
comes.
Jester. Maybe he's got rid of all of his others and he just needs to get
no.
rid of
I
Jester.
hope not!
I'll maroon her on an island with all of her friends with a bunch of nutters and then fuck off back to the
That's a
Feywild.
bad idea. Like, he's a dick, but he's smart enough to know that's a bad idea. Surely.
Okay. Not. I hate that theory, but to go with that theory, to go along with that theory, that could make sense because it was Jester's initial belief in him that turned him into a god. So maybe he thinks if he moves her somewhere or kills her, that maybe he can go back to just being a dude.
Severs her belief in
Being more neutral and inconspicuous.
Interesting.
But the level of deception required in order to maintain that from the point where he decided it up to now is fantastic. And at no point has Matt said, Jester, make an insight check. Or even suggested any kind unless the
but
Chris
she
has
has
confirmed.
that blind faith of him. Like
she does have. She wouldn't insight check it. Yeah.
No, she wouldn't.
And I wonder though, because God, I hope that's not the case, but it makes sense. But on top of that, if that is the case, then you gotta wonder why he didn't because after they got kidnapped and she was all sad afterward and she was like, why didn't you come? He could have just been like, fuck you, and then maybe that would have severed the belief or something. Like, I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do. I hope I'm wrong. I love the relationship between Jester and the Traveler and the whole.
Me too,
I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me, kind of thing.
It's a super solid theory, but I also love the relationship, and I hope you're not right.
Okay, let's assume that I'm not right. If TravelerCon does go ahead, who do we think is going to turn up? What kind of people? Are they going to be like Jester, or are they going to be just weirdos?
Yeah. It's going to be Weirdo Con 2020. It's. I'm very excited, but I'm also back to what we were talking about before. I wonder if anyone's going to be able to make it because the Mighty Nine made it because they're a bunch of fucking level 12s. How are a bunch of normal
level zeros
leaving the island a week after TravelerCon being like, oh, no one turned up, and there's just going to be like wreckages of ships.
Oh my god.
Traveler said
someone floats up on a raft and they're like
didn't Traveler say that Jester was the most powerful amongst his collection, but there were some with skills?
He said there were some with skills, so I wouldn't be surprised if there were like paladins or other clerics, but they're probably just like not. Paladins would be hilarious. Can you imagine a fucking paladin of the trap?
Yeah.
Boy.
Paladin and trickster. Yeah, warlocks I think is more correct.
Warlock would actually there could be warlocks of Artigan like before he became the Traveler too, because he's an archfey.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm just worried that no one's gonna come.
I feel like
or that everyone's gonna be like a week late because they were trying to fucking boat their way out there.
If nobody comes at all, it's definitely a setup by the Traveler. And he should be shot on sight.
Yeah, but I feel like I feel like
the nuts if that's the case.
It would just kind of suck from like a narrative perspective because this Rumble Cusp and TravelerCon has been built up for so long.
But it would be such a cool like.
It would. It really would. It would.
We still
like I'm for it.
It would be so on brand.
Yeah.
We haven't had it yet. We haven't had that shocking Siege of Amman moment where
That's also
he
true.
describes
Yeah.
the destruction of a city that he's helped build up. We haven't. I've been waiting for it, and I think we're almost there. At some point in the next 20, 30 episodes, we might experience that. Like everybody's going like, "What the fuck, Matt? What did you just do?"
Get a moment like that, but if it is, it's going to be this.
Yeah.
And I think
I
it's
just-
all
yeah.
linked together.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think there has to be like this kind of massive world-breaking moment. I think it could just be like the betrayal, but that would be as big a shock, I reckon, if it's suddenly the traveler is betraying Jester.
Yeah.
But I think
I don't think anything could ever truly top Chroma Conclave. Just 5 dragons coming out of the sky.
But I think if there is like a world-breaking moment, it would involve Tharizdun, the Chained Oblivion, and that whole cult and stuff.
That's like proper world breaking. That's like reality breaking.
Yeah.
That seems like
new age incoming.
Yeah, and like again, we can't even begin to peer into the depths of Matt's mind and plans, but Tharizdun does seem to be the one who's kind of being set up as like the end game, like how Vecna was slowly being set up as the end game. But like, who fucking knows? Like, I just.
What level were they when the Chroma Conclave attacked? Does anyone remember? Len,
Sorry?
do you know?
Oh, that was like episode 40 or 45.
Yeah, but what level were they? It was about level 12.
I feel like they're about level 12.
Yeah. So it'd be about the right point for Matt to say, right, let's kick this up into another gear. Because don't you around level 10 to 12 stop becoming like tavern heroes and village heroes and become like continent-wide? And they have brokered a peace treaty, so that they're quite well known on both sides of the...
They're starting to reach Vox Machina level of... Vox Machina at that point of 11, 12th level renown in like certain cities and whatnot, both as the fucking weirdos and also as those guys who like kind of did peace talk.
Yeah, I saw somebody in chat last night saying, "Can you imagine explaining the plot of the Mighty Nine to Grog?" Basically, and he just sat there going, "The fuck are you on about? Fuck that, no!" They're just like, it's hilarious. The Mighty Nine at one end of the table and Grog at the other with his ale going.
If it's so funny, and I love how narratively different campaign 1 and campaign 2 are in terms of like campaign 1 was like the classic like fantasy epic, like you know, like good versus evil, like the heroes versus the world, that kind of thing, and I adored it. The Mighty Nine is very different. It's more like political subterfuge, and like there's no clear good and evil. It's very gray, and there's all this other shit happening, and it's so different, and they're both so good in their own different ways. But because of that, it means that like if Grog as a character existed in campaign 2, nothing that happened in this campaign would have happened. Like it would have
pretty much
shit real quick, because he's like I'm not gonna sit here while you guys talk. I'm gonna jump off the ship and I'm gonna put a hole in that ship, and then it would have been over.
But
that's a good point, because that makes it feel as though this campaign could go on a lot longer, because there is no like at this point, obviously episode 100 in campaign 1, Vecna was a big deal. Like they knew
fighting
kind of what was going on.
But again, it's we haven't had that like that moment in the campaign yet where it's like, okay, we gotta go. Because right now it's like exploring. Because right now it's exploring everyone's backstory. Because Uk'otoa is still a thing that's around. So right now it feels like the campaign could go on for a really long time. But as soon as we have that moment where it's like the big bad is revealed, then it's like, okay, we're in end game now.
Moments like that though, like there's been some moments where that's happening, you're like, oh, this is not world changing, but it's intense. Changed the story. So like the attack on Zadash, when the spire fell. I think like the Rexington attack,
pivotal,
was big.
When Yasha got taken, I thought it was the beginning of the end, and that maybe that's because I am me, and I saw Yasha get taken, and I was like, my life's over. But
same.
Because of the way it was set up with like Tharizdun and all that kind of stuff, I was like, oh, we're at endgame. But no.
The guys in chat raise a good point and saying like, what if they find a vestige on the island, and saying they are at the right point in order to discover vestiges, because if you're going to start discovering big bad guys, you need big fucking weapons to deal with the big bad guys.
Is Star Razor a vestige?
I don't think so.
Ford's sword. I don't think it's a vestige.
No, because that was just designed by.
That was just a thing.
Yeah,
That was just a thing that was like super cool.
It was just a really powerful sword.
Yeah, sure.
Not by a god or anything. Okay, cool.
So what vestiges that we know of are still out there, undiscovered?
Maya.
Consult database. Oh, come on, race, quick!
Handy.
I only got 30
Who's gonna
seconds.
find
Go,
it first?
go.
Okay.
Who's your money on, Nico?
Shit.
Maya.
Damn it. More
Okay.
gods.
20
bad
gold.
choice.
Alana, come on. Money's
Bad choice,
resting on
bad
this. Find the
Let's
information.
go.
Okay, got it.
Flip to the.
Shit, I just got it too.
Oh, Maya's showing it first.
I'm yet to be appraised of this knowledge. Neither of you have won yet. Tell me.
Okay, well, spoilers for people. If you don't know the Caldori guide, we're just going to read through some vestiges.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Camping 1
go
or
ahead.
John Tellori guide.
I'm going backwards. So there's the Raps of Diamac.
The what?
Raps of
What's that?
Diamac.
Hold on.
They are thick cloth strips of enchanted material, appear to be stained of blood of unknown origin. This sounds very bow. 1+ bonus to attack and damage rolls made with your unarmed strikes. When you finish a long or short rest, you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to your full key points. So it requires attunement by a monk,
Yeah.
And then it awakened is a +2. It lets you do Misty Step, and then exalted it's a +3. And you can choose to do a ravenous strike, which does necrotic damage as well.
Ooh, holy shit! Fuck, that's a lot.
Damn.
I like that.
Wait, so how do you like upgrade its tier to exalted?
Well, it's like through character
Character
mode
driven.
generally.
That's narrative. That's like
Gotcha.
up to the DM.
Something happened.
There's. I'm trying to. Okay, wait. I'm just gonna really quickly read off the ones that we haven't found yet. So there's the Raps of Diamac. They got that. Pyre Maul.
What?
Pyromol.
It's a hammer. Flame hammer.
Pyromol. Yeah, it's like Pyre Maul.
Big
And
kitty.
then-
Okay.
Kiss of the Changebringer.
Ooh,
Honors Last
Changebringer.
Stand.
Changebringer's awesome.
They got that.
Last Stand.
Condemner. Jesus Christ, it's a heavy
Oh, yeah, so there's
crossbow.
also,
Oh,
there's also,
Lobsteed
like,
posted all of them in
little
chat
ones as well.
that they haven't
Thanks, there you
found.
go.
Oh shit, there we go.
well
Much better than me
So,
slowly
yeah.
reading this off.
But well done, ladies. Thank you. Good
Yeah.
race.
Maya won,
There's
so
some new ones. There's some new ones in the Explorer's Guide as well.
Ooh, I haven't gotten there. I haven't started reading the Explorer's Guide yet.
Yeah.
I'm behind on that.
There's like
Speculation that the fancy book in the Happy Fun Ball was the Grimoire Infinitus.
yeah.
oh, is that another vestige or is that just a thing?
It
It's
sounds
not here.
No, it's a
the Grimoire Infinitus.
yeah. It's a vestige from Explorer's Guide.
Explorers?
It's a massive spell book. So
Oh shit.
Imagine Caleb finding that.
Yeah.
yeah. But it's
I'm in
for
trouble
like
back in
extra
time.
cool stuff when you're doing your spell casting.
Mm.
Comes with a bunch of spells and has an infinite number of pages.
Oh, that's
Um,
useful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Caleb would absolutely.
Yeah.
It increases the number of spells you can prepare, which is really cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
That's super cool.
We got to go back in the Happy Fun
They
Ball.
said in the Happy Fun Ball, the fancy
Yeah,
book.
apparently it was that. Or potentially. Speculation.
I wonder what would happen if you destroyed the Happy Fun Ball.
Like stepped on it. Oh, shit. It
Yeah.
opens a black hole.
If it just like
Multiple planes.
tore
Yeah.
into the material plane.
If it
It's
follows
like,
the
what
traditional line of what happens if you put a bag of holding inside a bag of holding, I believe it gets scattered across the ethereal plane. So the contents of the Happy Fun
Astral
Ball,
plane.
astral plane, just go.
Damn.
And both is destroyed. And anything
good.
within like a 10 feet radius of it gets sucked in as well.
Oh, fun. Let's not do that.
So don't step on
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
Please don't
Yeah.
step on it.
I was looking this up when I gave Solus the bag of holding. I'm like, how could this
Nice.
go wrong?
Started putting my foot in. All good
Yeah.
things. Only smart things here in Barbarian Land. What else happened? I'm gonna look at my meme notes and see if there's anything useful.
Caduceus having not a great day. His help, it's again.
Yeah. Help. It's again. We're running.
Poor man.
It's bad.
Yeah, we're running his back. Yeah,
Needs things to live. Talson's is the best shit.
yeah. No, that was.
But it's so interesting because he's so good at playing his different characters that he played because they're all so unique and insightful in their own ways. Because obviously with Caduceus, he has his very wise moments and stuff, but then he has his "we're running, it's bad," or "it's a help, it's again." And with Molly, Molly had a very unique perspective on the world, very different from Caduceus. And then he played Percy, the genius inventor. So it's just wild, the spectrum of characters that he can cover.
Insane.
Yeah, there was something he said last night, and it was what was it? It was just saying like how, well, you've got your little cult here, but that's okay. Like something along those lines. Like
It was like it was
matter
like
of
something
fact.
along. Yeah, it was something along the lines of like, what's a god but a cult with
A franchise.
A franchise, yeah.
That was great. That was great.
That was wonderful. Yeah.
The only other notes I have is, do you guys remember around like an hour in, they kept going,
Yeah,
Is
the
that
anime thing.
is that in reference to something?
Well, it's just
Or-
like in
It's a voice
anime.
acting joke, isn't it?
Yeah, like in anime, there's like a lot of like breathing and like exclamations and stuff to like convey emotions. It's just a lot of like or like
I thought
it's just
it
a
was
lot
like
of that
but they
stuff.
I thought it was that, but they kept doing it in like a very specific way that I thought maybe it was like a reference to like a cult
Maybe.
movie or some shit. But okay, cool.
Yeah, Midsummer, isn't it?
Oh.
It's from Midsummer.
I haven't seen Midsummer, so
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
no,
I haven't seen it all.
right.
Yeah.
That movie fucked me up.
I need to see it.
It was a lot.
I need to see it.
It was a lot. Yeah, Midsummer reference, that makes so much more sense. I thought it was something like that, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Midsummer was a lot.
I think all my notes were not great. But
Yeah,
they're,
my
like,
notes-
I've gone through all of them.
Yeah,
I
I watched
zoned
it in
out
two
towards the
parts, so I'm very blurry. I was kind of like slightly drunk in one and very sleepy in the other. So I'll have to watch it again in order to piece it together.
Yeah.
What are our
Bodak.
predictions?
Yep. So, as you all know, the last thing we do for the podcast is we give our bold, outlandish predictions of what we think's going to happen
Totally
next.
correct.
And we have
Fair
been
enough.
right every single time.
100%
Don't fact
accuracy.
check that.
Yeah,
Adding
well,
100 out of
good joke,
100.
but we're pretty good. We're getting better.
Yeah.
The thing we're worse at is determining when TravelCon is going to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been talking about that for a
Oh,
while
it'll be
since
next
we started.
episode. Oh,
Yeah.
10 episodes
Maybe
later
next-
still hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So what's
I'm gonna make a call then, and I'm gonna say TravelerCon is gonna be in 2 episodes.
2
I
episodes.
feel like we're getting there.
I feel like that's
Yeah.
too
Like,
close.
2 or
Yeah.
3. I'm gonna say 2 or 3.
I think 3 is a bit.
I think 3 is closer. I think 2 is a little jumpy.
Mhm.
Little
I'm
jumpy.
gonna write this down.
Yeah, because next episode, I would imagine.
It's gonna be-
Well, we don't know how many Bodaks there are. If there are a few Bodaks, next episode, the first half could just be a fight, and then
Yeah, it's
the
a minor
rest.
skirmish at best, so it's like an hour or 2 at the most before they have the break, and then they come back and do some sneaking
Yeah.
around the jungle. So
Yeah,
It's
so
not
it's gonna
gonna
be
be next
mostly
episode.
exploring, some fighting, and then okay,
I
yeah,
think
I'm
it'll be
gonna
the episode after that.
I'm
And
gonna say 3 or
then the
4.
next episode will be encountering Vokodo, maybe.
Yeah, and
Potentially.
then they're gonna have to probably explore the rest of the island. I don't see them just saying,
Yeah.
"All right, we sleep for 5 days on the island." Like,
Yeah, there's too much.
Matt never does that. He never says like,
Actually,
"Here's the
you're
door
right.
to the dungeon. There's the
think
end
this
of
is a
level
new
bad
arc.
guy."
I think
Never mind.
yeah,
I take back my prediction.
Yeah.
4, 5 episodes.
no,
maybe?
I think we might be a bit further off than that.
I'm gonna, you know what?
10.
I'm gonna kind of stick to my guns. I'm gonna say 5 or 6. I'm gonna say 5.
5.
Okay.
I'm changing mine to episode 115, so it's in line with campaign 1.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Dang!
Think it's gonna be that long?
I'm sticking with
Yeah.
5. I'm sticking with 5. So like 106.
Okay, I'll go with 4.
I'll go with
Oh god,
4
I was
as
writing this down.
well. Because I also think 3 is a little too soon. But I think 4 might be good.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm sticking with 5, but I think 4 or 5 is probably the closest.
Okay, you stick
Do you
with
have
4. I'll go with
predictions?
6, just so that we're on a nice even spread.
So 4, 5, 6, and 12.
15.
15, yeah.
No,
What? This is Price is Right rules, like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Closest, yeah.
Yeah.
that's what would actually be best for me. But anyway,
What do we
yeah.
win?
Other bold predictions. Get your tinfoil hats on.
Well, I'm
'Cause now's
I'm
the time.
100% on board with like now no one turning up to TravelerCon, and it's
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm there too.
Yep. No
Yeah.
one is showing up, and this
I'm
was
sorry I even
all
suggested it.
Artagan's idea to get rid of Jester.
Yeah.
Okay. Hope it doesn't happen,
I
but hey.
hope it doesn't happen, but I'm up there. And I feel like I'm just gonna throw this out there. I feel like Ukatoa is gonna show up and they're gonna beef it out.
You know,
It's definitely not over.
you know, way back in like the first couple episodes of the What the Sheep podcast, when TravelerCon was just being, discussed and all that, we brought up like, yo, what if like Ukatoa shows up?
Rocks up, crashes the party,
Yeah.
starts fighting.
But he can't. He's still got one tether, one.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
True. But
think
hey,
he's gonna-
Avantika might be back as a
dragon turtle
revenant.
that works for him
And,
could
oh
turn.
boy, okay. All right.
I think he's gonna
If-
fuck with them somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is where the magic happens.
If Vandarin is on the island, I think it's
Yeah.
guaranteed that Ukatoa would show up because, hey, two of his ex-followers are on this island. What better way to deal with them than getting rid of them?
Do we know how many of the cloven crystals there are? Are there only 3 of them? Or are there more than that? Because
He's got
Mighty
hundreds of
Mighty-
eyes, so along the body of the snake.
Yeah.
So
you know what?
it's not as
I
if
don't
he's
think we
short.
know.
Only got 3. Sorry, no more.
We know
I
where
don't think we know.
one is. Caleb's got one. One is in Europe Hazel, still locked into the temple.
Mm-hmm. And one was in the sword that he threw into the
one's in
lava.
other temple as well. Well, no, the orb wasn't in the sword.
Oh no,
though.
it was inside him, but it was just
Yeah,
represented on the.
Two
Oh right, and then
temples
Caleb put it
unlocked.
in his pocket.
Mm-hmm. In his vault of amber.
Yes.
Maybe, because I
But the
remember there was people.
So there's another one in the second temple because they've already unlocked 2 temples.
Mhm.
Right. But there were
That's
people
true.
speculating
Cool.
that the dragon turtle was sent by Ukatoa, which is basically I'm assuming it's canon at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe it was going for maybe it was trying to grab the get the last eyeball.
Yeah,
See it
maybe.
trying to, like, open up the amber. Like, how does this work?
There's
Yeah.
one thing that flies in the face of that though, is that when Jester messaged him, the response you get back is, "I take what I want."
Yeah.
I take isn't somebody acting on behalf of somebody else. It's like I want this. It's not I'm doing the job for somebody. It's, I
But
take
what if he
I
was
want.
like, the master commands?
I know,
Oh,
but like
you mean
I,
it's all the dragon turtle behind the scenes and Ukatoa is just a minion?
Oh, no.
I think I said it last week, and I think it kind of still is. I think the dragon turtle was meant to be kind of like a fun celebration start for episode 100, but then we've had 3 months off, and there's been 3 months of like, oh, what is this dragon turtle? And Matt, I could just feel Matt just going like, it's just a dragon turtle.
It's just a chair.
It's a
It's just a chair.
dude,
Yeah.
Jinx, no returns.
oh no.
Yeah.
But-
That's probably
So that's
what it is.
good.
All right. Any other theories?
Any other outlandish theories? I'm trying to think of any maybe like Markoth related ones. I don't think so.
I think
Horn of
another thing-
Orcus in his
I think less of a crazy theory, but just I think Matt's probably adjusted it slightly, so it's like he's homebrewed it to some extent.
Like he does everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat, what are your predictions?
Yep.
Let's see what.
I wonder
What's
if,
your biggest, craziest theory prediction?
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Wait.
I got a
We
big
get
layer.
to-
Okay, that's something else.
It was just a
That was
chair.
thing,
we're-
it's just a
Big
chair.
throne.
Yeah.
That would, hey, it's possible. That's the best part of these outlandish theories. And hey, I mean, like I said before, we got a 100% record for getting these right.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, have any of ours been wrong yet? Probably, but I don't think we have. We've been good.
Yeah.
Caleb
Caleb
the
is big bad evil guy.
Like,
I have
theory.
been saying for a very long time, I think Caleb might have like not an evil arc, but like an anti-hero arc where he like breaks off because he makes like a huge breakthrough in his time traveling thing, and like they gotta stop him because the spell fails and he's like fracturing time and space and everything's gonna collapse and the universe will be destroyed and they have to stop Caleb. I think
Ooh, okay. Wait, someone just said Vokodo is Thordak's son, because I know that we're set on the Morkoth, but like there's very dragony vibes coming from this fucking volcano, and it would be so funny. It would be so cool if it was a goddamn like. And I know we've done dragons already. I know, but it would be so fucking funny.
Yeah.
If it links into the Raishan theory, there was unfinished business, wasn't there, between those two? Raishan wanted the secret from Thordak of how to cleanse herself and cure herself, which she never got.
Didn't she get it? But wasn't the secret that she'd have to become like a Draculich?
I was just considering the prospect. I was just like, it's not an image I really want to pass on of Thordak and Raishan together in bed making offspring.
Stop.
Here's the thing. It's Vokodo.
Sorry, just delete that.
If Vokodo is Raishan, then where is Larkin?
Larkin is Vokodo. There it is. And there it is. Yeah. And there it is, folks.
I have to go.
And that's it.
What about, hang on, somebody mentioned, I think earlier in chat, Draconia. Isn't that nearby to where they are? It's on the bottom peninsula?
Yeah, it's kind of north.
Not super close.
It's like southwestern Xhorhas, right? Around there.
Yeah.
It was in Wildmount, yeah, but
south and eastern Wildmount, yeah, something like that.
That's
one of them.
Point. Lobsy's talking about fight a Draculich Vorgel. That's actually like in the Wildmount guide. There's like a
yeah.
Wait, which one was Vorgel?
The ice dragon.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right.
Geladon's potential mate.
Yeah, that's. Forgot. Yeah.
So Geladon's gonna turn up at Traveler Con.
Yep. Geladon's coming. Ukatoa's coming. Asharnai's coming. And Thursdune's coming.
The Laughing Hand, yeah.
Laughing Hand's back. Avantika's showing up.
Juriel, the whatever her name was.
Oh yeah,
she's gonna have like
the inevitable end.
Saving Private Ryan beach landing, and they're just gonna walk out of the water and just like, we're here.
It's gonna
Traveler
be that
Con.
Superhero shot of like
we're all followers of the Traveler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
There it is.
Yep, that's a theory.
Looking forward.
Yeah, so I guess with all that being said, we can go ahead and wrap up. I'm gonna give a huge shout out to everyone in chat for showing up and hanging out and making some conversation and stuff. Again, it's always a pleasure to have these wonderful critters to talk to the show about. We can collectively gush about the show and share a mutual passion. But that's going to do it for us here. Again, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who's watching on YouTube or our various podcasting websites. Be sure to tune in live so you can see all of our shenanigans rather than just hearing us. But, we understand if you can't watch on YouTube or live and all that stuff. But a benefit to watching live is you get to interact in the chat and all that stuff. But, again, I digress. Thank you all so much for coming out. Oh, Maya, not Maya. Alana, did you have something?
Also, if you enjoy our shenanigans, you can check out our own D&D. Don't know why I said it like that. D&D game that we play, Hit Dice Heroes, which will be streaming tomorrow at the exact same time as this. So it's 6 p.m. Central, 12 a.m. British Standard Time. Maya, I don't know what it is in your time zone.
Fucking 1 p.m.
1 p.m. What's the time zone in Hawaii? Hawaii Central Time?
It's Hawaii. It's like literally its own time zone. We're in the ocean.
9 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But yeah, check us out on Hit Dice Heroes. It's everywhere. We're about 6 episodes in, and it'll be great to see you there as well.
Yep. So be sure to check that out. Again,
Oleg's got plans.
Yeah, we've got some.
Concerning to hear.
We've got some cat dealings.
Solus never has any plans. Solus is just running.
Some Morkoths.
Yeah, I cannot wait.
I just remembered that we now have a bag of holding.
Oh, that's right. You won that. Hey.
Log tosser extreme.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
We got to go dungeon delving now.
Yes.
But anyways,
we're gonna go find some.
You will see all of that and more tomorrow on Hit Dice Heroes, so be sure to check that out. But again, that's going to do it for us here. Thank you all so much, and we will see you next week where we discuss episode 102.